strip.
Illusion shattered! There is no escape! Illusion shattered! There is no escape!
Silence! An oversight on my part.
Time to go.
Illusion shattered!
Wind strike. Time to go.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
Huh? So you don't have a vision? Seems like I've mistaken you for...
At the very least, you know. Wait!
Have you ever met someone by the... He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he... That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we Hey! Don't be mean! Anyway, just to be on the safe side. Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other? Yeah. Anyway, there's no time. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him.
looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessel. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great... Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact...
Oh, so you still...
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out? Really? Wow. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first.
Just a little while ago, this would have been complete. Thank you. Guess we'll go pay...
All right, then. I'll just...
Time to go. Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at... The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. But we later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui, attributing all of the blame to the Kami-sama. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, in the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui...
This is a true honor. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous...
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, you will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty...
I have grown accustomed to life among the... Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara.
I sense some hesitation. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the...
Malicious rumors? Oh...
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo.
What? But
That is correct. However,
This is just one of many similar rumors. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me...
This is precisely why I encourage you...
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a... Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones.
All the more reason to watch your back!
Indeed. He sounds highly...
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter. And I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say. To ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has...
Aha! So this...
You are too kind. We are currently investigating...
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town. To be honest with you, our detective agency, some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the
Millions? Of more?
Please, accept my thanks.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on Sorry, but I wouldn't know where to be.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. The Tenryo Commission had very few leads.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that...
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already...
I still find it difficult to believe that few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first, I am well aware of your talent. It would cause me great grief for the poor victim. This would be...
Don't worry, we'll...
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make...
You flatter me.
You are much too humble. Oh, actually, let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya...
Amenoma! Now there's a...
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled...
Understood. Though it seems highly unlikely to me.
Sure! Can't hurt! We never...
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma...
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation.
Time to go.
Ah,
You two...
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited... let me quickly explain. The techniques of blade making were Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. As an example, the Amenoma art. There is nothing mystical to our work. As for the art of the Kaedehara...
That's right. Ishin art strives for only a blade thus forged can...
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin.
You overestimate me. But let's get back on topic. We hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. He didn't say a word before he left. But I've done what I can, so...
We heard that there was a collect...
Yes. On the morning that I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that, yes. Strange, isn't it? If I had to guess, it must have been some kind... He's never been particularly interested in blade forging. He is extraordinarily talented.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far.
What? No, he is humble and
Is that...
Yes. If there's one thing I can say first... But, with that said, I also cannot know what course of action he... Anyway?
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think you...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the... Let's pay a visit to the... Time to go.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay. My husband has gone missing, and I'm...
No, you misunderstand us.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dress.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information. With this in mind...
for example...
That's alone. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. Everything was fine when we first got met.
Uh-oh. What?
He lost his sense of restraint. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum.
Whoa.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, you must understand, I never would have dreamed. After I said those words, he froze. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habit, and I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, the next thing I heard was that our warehouse had...
I see. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nug.
At first, I assumed but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so...
Maybe
I don't know. He just... Perhaps he's too afraid to come home. Even as long as he's willing to turn...
Please don't get upset. If collecting things is a habit that but the information we gathered from the other side...
a little confusing.
Let's try a change of scenery. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so...
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how this... Do you have any thoughts?
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
An interesting Amenoma Yuya is an expert on maybe he recognized a blade as a fake. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But it's a far-fetched... One fact that I keep coming back to, Mr. Nagato being heavy... The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it... Right. Although the time frame, Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker. Namely, that he is principally a...
Darn! We thought we...
Let's keep going. Since if we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check... Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those... As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing...
Now I'm picking up a...
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now. But I can still sense the... It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. Indeed. We should remain vigilant.
So it's an
The force is definitely coming. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long... Judging from the concentration, I would have...
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around...
It could well be that he was already under... From what I've been told, Tatarigami... But most will develop a stubborn... Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
So which...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have...
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to...
That was too scary!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direct... Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's go. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Time to go. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distant.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Be sanctified.
Into the wind!
Bow your head.
It's... By the looks of it, a letter. Written on a piece... Well... According to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point. Yes, if Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if, for a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their all the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait! You figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything...
I'm not sure. Show yourself!
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! What's your problem?
Indeed, there should be no enmity, but what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand.
Now that you mention it, it is giving. Whoa! Surely.
Tatarigami energy often lodges it. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma.
You're sharper than I. Many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith as a descendant of the Kaida.
I presume it has something to...
Indeed. At that, he was a bladesmith of great renown, and sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All he not only bestowed upon me in her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect.
So.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
Tell me, what happened?
My hosts? Who cares what happens when they got tired or...
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazu at long last, Kaede Harakazuha, now.
One with nature.
Submit to me!
Coming through. Service with a smile.
Shine down!
Silence! The tides beckon.
Submit to me!
Wind strike.
Illusion shattered! Now ye shall perish!
Join me and sever that divine light! We shall rewrite history!
Settle down. Bow your head.
Do not stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no one.
Lost. Even if you defeat me, he is but a puppet that can be. The end result is the same. And even if I were to, by any means,
Your fighting style. But from your movements, I sense only hatred.
Really?
As I've mentioned before, since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, if you ask me, the mania is probably due to...
Are you trying to claim on his deathbed he passed to me in that regard?
Because all of that is in the... I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've... Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything... After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress. Well, that brings me to my second point. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever. I think you realized your limitation, but the way I see it...
What would you know about any of this?
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance, even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this... Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ish. How could you possibly unleash the full...
Silence! I must. I will concede that you...
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. It is pointless to argue further, descendant.
How stubbornly you stick to... I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the...
What?
Very well. Then fine. Once we have dealt with...
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose...
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to... The Cursed Blade's strength is current. The power of the Tatarigami lies in...
What?
Even if things take a... We have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your... Now.
I felt a little dizzy at first, but it's all right. So far, this was... I will.
What should we do next?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real... If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony, if he wants to avoid reality, Then we need...
Wait a minute! Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret...
Ah, all right.
What about Amenoma Yuya?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently.
Are we sure this is a good idea? Okay, fine.
Leave everything on this journey to me. One with nature.
To the ferry. To the ferry. It's my lucky day.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
My blade. To the ferry. To the ferry.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. The blade is performing, though he's making every effort to persevere. I do...
Something else?
How strange. Let's keep going.
Let's get down to business.
The wind knows it.
There's more. Boom.
One with nature.
To the ferry. To the ferry. Let's get down to business.
The wind knows it. Clouds high. The birds come.
Whoa. Something's up with the blade.
I can sense that his strength is... He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would that...
I will be careful with it. He also said he's still trying to achieve his goal. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Are you okay?
Yes. And it looks like he's reached.
The Sheen's grown a bit dim.
Perhaps this time we'll finally.
True form? What are you talking? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first formed. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me, but regrettably we are nothing alike. I will never. The only one who truly understood.
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry, I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same. Let's get down to business. Going somewhere? One with nature. Finally, Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strider.
You fought way better with your own.
You are a true Kaedehara, and no one knew anything of my story. I thought that if I could achieve
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I too much time has passed. My yours is the blade that took on the Muso no
Actually, this is just a generic blade that... Forging and maintenance are both This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close skill. Blade, determination, and desire. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, Tatarigami is a malevolence from though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you.
I sensed it.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. I feel a great sense of regret for you. The moment you embarked on this journey, you have known this for a long time.
He gave me everything. How could I said to him, do not worry.
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation. When I touched the hilt for the first time, a bladesmith lay quietly on the bed. A newly forged blade lay by his side.
Wow. That was the...
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, he spent the rest of his life and he felt intense regret at being tricked by the so he instructed this sentient blade. All he wanted to show...
So that's the true story. But after that...
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with, this blade has committed unforgivable atrocities. But only because... Yes. Time would not wait or stop. He seems to have calmed down, though.
When I once told him that I would pay, but darkness and slaughter numbed them. Not only did I fail to...
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will... But I still cannot bring myself to... So, may I...
Hey! Now you're adding
It has to be done in this order. At least here, my physical form, as well as the knowledge.
His attitude. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, alas, nor have I ever had the chance. My fights were devoid of any. You are a fine warrior.
Oh? And
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. You must have plenty of reasons.
understood. Then let's start by waking him up and...
I see. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement, if a duel can help to set this state of... I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let... Still. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenoma Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind! Time to go.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, his sense of savage cruelty has completely...
You also fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you.
I must apologize to you for all.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgression. I strayed far from the straight and narrow. I beseech you.
Yes, I too
Thank you.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there?
I'm not sure.
it's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you.
A prized Ishin blade. Considering they're forging, but I have some good news as well.
Really?
Yes. Badly wounded, and now that Yuya is back...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me.
What? No!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me I have decided...
You... But...
Thank you. I will... Okay. I am ready. Let us begin.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So... That's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions. Only in the final moments, before his...
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone. I understand. Perhaps hearing his wish to rival the divine light? Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling after everything I've seen.
Oh,
I will continue to support you from this point on.
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update Kuj...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to give him a response to the...
You've returned. I hear that the Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse.
Wow! You sure can...
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted by means of a series of fortuitous events. I was able to recover it, and so it looks like I will likely continue with my...
I see.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of... Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between...
You misunderstand.
I am aware, but I...
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance...
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Ad Astra. Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Why do new explorers make the same mistakes over and over again?
Error.
Ooh, you restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Reboot.
This realm is... If you ever have it...
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it. Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses
The wind knows me.
Shine down! There is no escape! Shine down!
Silence!
dragon.
A fateful offering.
One with nature.
Brings a smile to my face.
There is no escape.
Bow your head.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Settle down.
Illusion shattered.
Coming through. Nice delivery.
Be sanctified.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
As one with wind and cloud.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Service with a smile.
Bow your head. Let the mighty
Leave it to me.
Let's do this. To manifest eternity per the Almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire.
Ready when you are. What's the hurry? I didn't know you were such a slacker. Quite the find. What's the hurry?
Follow the wind. Into the wind. One with nature. Time to go. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
the situation?
Time to go. Brings a smile to my face. Time to go. Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering? The wind knows me. Time to go. A fateful offering. Time to go. Into the wind.
Shine down.
Settle down.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to release.
Silence!
Abandoned property.
The wind knows me.
Brings a smile to my face. Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
Is it what you wish to find? Hopefully the excitement of opening a treasure chest has at least made it a worthwhile experience.
Time to go. Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering? Run with nature.
Settle down.
Is it what you wish to find?
The wind knows me.
Illusion shattered!
A fateful offering. Time to go. Brings a smile to my face. Time to go. Time to go.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Bow your head.
Can't see? Keep up.
is there a chest here?